Well, I'd like to welcome everyone this morning. Lots of guests here today, and I want to begin with David Adams, who's here with information about the upcoming Public Officials Dialogue Luncheon.
Thank you very much. A week from today, next Wednesday at noon until a little before 1 o'clock, the 120th, thus far altercation-free Allen County Public Officials Dialogue Lunch will be held at the Chamber of Commerce. Our keynote speaker, who will be speaking as our keynote speakers do every quarter, we now have a quarterly schedule for these events, will be speaking for 5 or 6 minutes roughly about the upcoming election and specifically about the 3 state issues which are on the ballot. Our speaker will be Ken Terry, Director of the Board of Elections. So he will obviously not be politicking for a particular vote on those issues, but explaining the point of the ballot issues. So as always, county, township, village, and city officials and other interested persons are invited. We do ask for a $5 donation to help cover the cost of lunch. We are always adjourned by 5 minutes till 1 o'clock or so, because as we all realize, some of our participants have actual day jobs and have to get back to work. We have been, as I mentioned, this is the 120th of these events. The Dialogue Project is an outgrowth of Common Threads and began in April 2003. Thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you, Dave. And somewhat along those lines, I want to ask Cynthia Scanland to come up to talk to us about the one of the items that are on the election ballots for everybody in Allen County.
Oh, I see the sign. That says it all. Thank you very much. We do, Children's Services does have a 0.5 mil levy on the ballot, and we ask voters for their continued support. This levy was initially passed in 1996. It has been successfully renewed since. We have not ever gone to the voters to ask for an increase. We still are not today. It's a renewal. On an average $100,000 home, it's $14.39 a year. This is one of 2 levies that support our operating expenses. Children's Services is the agency that's mandated to care for abused and neglected children. Without the support from the community via these 2 levies, we would not be able to function. Our dependence on support from the community via the levies is greater than it's ever been, with continued federal and state decreases in funding. That yet continues. Just child welfare as a whole in Ohio just continues to sustain losses. So the agency is, like I mentioned, greater than ever dependence on local funding. So we would ask for continued support, and thank you very much.
What's your caseload look like?
Caseloads are increasing. Like many of the service providers, whether it's juvenile court, mental health, we are all experiencing increases. The last few years we've had about a 30% increase in reports of abused and neglected children. Last year specifically we had 955 new reports that involved approximately 3,700 kids. So as caseloads increase, our numbers of kids in custody and that are in need of alternative placement are increasing, and that's forcing us to look internally. So to do, I guess it's kind of more with less. It's certainly something that the agency is attempting to do. So numbers are increasing. So we're looking to do more with less and ensuring that we're operating as efficiently as we can.
Very good. I think it goes without saying that for essentially the price of lunch, $14 a year, this is something that Allen County voters must support. We see it every day in the news about children in our community who are in fact abused and neglected, and without this agency doing its job, we're truly at a loss as to how we can respond. So want to encourage everyone to support the levy and understand its importance in the quality of life in our community. Staying with the election theme, I want to invite Dave Blauvelt up from LACNIP because he's continuing in the tradition of the last several years of LACNIP Election Day Barbecue.
Good morning. I just wanted to remind everybody again of our Election Day Barbecue. It's going to be at the Resource Center on 1440 West Spring. Tickets this year are $8 for a half a chicken, $11 for half a rack of ribs. They will be $1 more the day of the event if you don't pre-buy your tickets. And like I say, it'll be from 11 to 4 businesses of 5 or more that order. We will deliver to them. We hope to have a good turnout. Thank you.
Good. It's always a tasty way to support our neighborhoods. Oh, all right. Well, that could stay.
No, it was requested.
Can I have that, by the way? I'll take that home. So I'll put that in my. All right. So if folks want a yard sign for the Children's Services Levy, they should call your offices and
Or just stop in.
or drop in. Okay. Very good. Marc Bowker's here from the comic book store. Marc, come up. You have a special Halloween event.
Yes. Little dramatic pause there. I should just change the name of the store to the comic book store, shouldn't I? That would be good. First, happy Back to the Future Day. I want to wish everyone a very happy day indeed. If those of you that are not Back to the Future fans, or if you are, this is the date that Marty went forward in time to. So people have been waiting. Where is my hoverboard technology? I want a hoverboard. Okay, so yes, Alter Ego Comics will be holding the 2nd annual Halloween Comic Fest on Halloween. So that is amazingly cool that it actually gets to happen on Halloween. And it looks like we're going to be capping off the Halloween festivities in Allen County. It looks like a lot of them are happening. The trick-or-treats are happening next week. And so perfect opportunity to come out and celebrate the end of the Halloween season. It's going to be from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. And lots of stuff going on, but first and foremost, we're giving away free comics, as we often do. But each visitor will get 5 free Halloween-themed comic books. We've got a couple comic book artists. They're going to be there interacting with fans. Sean Forney is from Columbus, and he's a veteran of the industry. He's been working as a comic book illustrator for about 13 years. We also have a local guy named Jacob Newell, who's been working in comics for about 6 or 7 years. Actually was a customer of the shop many years ago and then moved down to Dayton, so glad to have Jacob back with us. We're going to have a costume contest and spooky pooch parade at 1 p.m. So those of you that like to dress your dogs up in costumes, this is right up your alley, whether your dogs like it or not. So we're going to lead the costume contest off with the spooky pooch parade, and then we've got 3 categories for the costume contest, ages 9 and under, 10 to 15, and 16 and up, and we'll be giving away prizes for best costume in those 3 categories. We're pleased to partner with the Lima Zombie Walk again this year. That's going to start at 2 p.m. down on the square, and the walk will happen north towards Alter Ego. Once the zombies shuffle up the street, we're going to do a best zombie costume contest. And the Lima Zombie Walk has always worked with a pet charity. I think they're in their 6th year now. And this year it's Happy Tails Pup Partners, which rescues unwanted and neglected dogs, provides foster families for the animals, and supplies medical treatment and training. So they ask for a donation to participate in the Zombie Walk, and that all goes towards Happy Tails Pup Partners. Along the lines with that, we have a local writer named Jeremy Wenning who's going to be on hand with copies of his Halloween and Christmas books starring his chocolate labs, Coco and Pebbles. So these are kind of illustrated kids' books, really fun stuff, and Jeremy will be there to sign copies and talk to people about his experience writing those books. finally, one of my keys, since I've been downtown, one of the things I try and focus on is collaborating with my downtown neighbors. And we have several businesses that will be working with us during Halloween Comic Fest. Beauty by Jill will have a kids craft activity during the day. Nitsa's is doing a zombie trivia contest where they have different stations around the outside of their building where people can answer zombie trivia contests and enter to win prizes. And the Meeting Place on Market will be doing Halloween cookie decorating during the event. So Saturday, October 31st, Halloween Comic Fest at Alter Ego Comics and throughout downtown Lima. My hoverboard, yes. Where's my hoverboard?
Well, you always have fun with your special days, Mark, and we appreciate all that you do to stimulate that activity in the downtown. It literally brings thousands downtown. It's just amazing how many people show up. So, young people and oldsters as well. I want to invite up Randy Gasser from UNOH, who's got information about a special effort of outreach to the veterans.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. The University of Northwestern Ohio has over 300 active duty Guard, Reserve, and veterans going to school there. We do a really good job of taking care of these guys. We got all kinds of awards and stuff for that. We decided we're going to push those efforts out to the community, North Central Ohio, Northwestern Ohio. So on November 10th, from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, we're going to hold an event, and we're inviting all the veterans in from the area. And what we're doing is bringing in resources from federal, state, local government, and private agencies to give them all the resources in one basket. Right now, they have to go to the VA for one thing, they have to go to the Veteran Service Officer for another, they have to go to this organization. There's a lot of good organizations out there. We're bringing them all together so they can do basically a one-stop shop and get all this stuff done. Lima, or Allen County alone, has over 9,800 veterans. And most of them probably do not realize all the benefits that they have. So we're mailing out these flyers all over the counties, the Veteran Service Organizations, the Sheriff's Departments, the Police Departments, the prisons, just to get the word out, to help these guys out. And this is free for everyone. All they have to do is bring documentation that they served in the military, DD-214 or a military ID card or a veteran's ID card, and we will take care of them. If you got any questions, get a hold of us.
Terrific.
Thank you, Mayor.
Heather Rutz is here with associates from the Allen Lima Leadership Program to announce a project that they are undertaking. Good morning.
Good morning. You guys have to come up here for moral support. Come on, guys. I told Claire she would have moral support, so come stand up here. My only job this morning is to introduce Claire Mackey, who is a graduate of the 2015 Allen Lima Leadership class. As some of you may know, each class every year creates, develops, brings to fruition a community service project. And this year is no different, and the class of 2015 would like to tell you about their project. Claire is, again, one of the graduates, and she actually is the perfect example of what she's going to talk about. She is a graduate of our youth program, and also this year graduated from the adult class. And so I will let Claire take it away.
Thank you. As Heather said, I'm one member of our class. We are really excited to announce our class project. We are creating a scholarship for a graduate of the youth program that is planning to stay in the area. It would be a $500 scholarship to any further education that they are choosing. So we hope that this is a way that we can give thanks to our community for allowing us to have this opportunity to be a part of the adult program, but it's also a way for us to benefit the youth program, and we hope that we can encourage area youth to stay here and continue to be a part of our great community and contribute to our community. Our tickets are $100 per ticket. There will be 100 tickets sold, and the raffle would be for $5,000 to the winner. So it allows people who are buying tickets to choose how they're going to split up those winnings. If one person would purchase a ticket for this raffle, they would keep the $5,000 for themselves. If they choose to have several people go in to purchase the $100 ticket, then they can split the winnings accordingly by the number of people who purchased the ticket. This raffle that we are holding would be to endow the scholarship, to create the scholarship, so that we can start to award the scholarship to the area students. And we're using and drawing from all of the talents in our class, our 2015 class, to run this scholarship. So we have different people who are helping with the financing of the scholarship, who are helping to create this raffle. If you are interested in purchasing a ticket, you can see any of the members of the recent 2015 graduating class, including the three of us. We'd be happy to sell you a ticket today.
So you're establishing a permanent endowment for the scholarship?
Yes.
And that'll be through the Lima Community Foundation or some other mechanism?
It'll either be that or through the Chamber Foundation. Yeah.
Okay.
Right now, all is gonna keep the funding until we can start the endowment,
Okay.
particularly with the beginning of this raffle. And then, there's a group that's working on actually establishing the scholarship, and they're gonna be working through that in the next few months.
Okay. Terrific.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good luck with it.
Thank you.
And lastly, this morning, Rick Stolle, our Parks Director, is here with information about fall activities. Rick?
Thank you, Mayor. Good to be here. We've got a couple announcements. One, our youth basketball sign-up is underway. We announced a couple of weeks ago that that deadline for signing up for youth basketball, boys and girls, grades 3 through 6, will be next Friday, the 30th. So we got a little over a week. We got all the forms out to the schools. Last year we had about, I think 70-some teams in both boys and girls categories. And it's quite a league. It's developed over the last three to 5 years, and we're looking forward to another great winter. Season begins on December the 5th. And we'll go through the tournament play, which wraps up towards the end of February. So it's a great league, surrounding schools, city of Lima. So it really is a terrific opportunity to get out and watch some great youth basketball and participate. We're always looking for coaches and officials as well. So if you're interested in doing any of that, give us a call at our office at 221-5195. And then the other announcement we had is, as Mark had indicated, Halloween's coming up, and Trick or Treat in the city of Lima will be Thursday night, the 29th of October, from 6 to 8. About 6-7 years ago, we were asked if we could try to get Halloween Trick or Treat night all on the same night, with all the townships in the city working together, and we were able to do that. So in each of the townships and in the city of Lima, Trick or Treat will be Thursday the 29th from 6 to 8 p.m. So we ask that if you are participating in that event as a homeowner, to turn your porch light on so the kids know that you're coming, or that they're coming to your residence. We also remind parents and kids alike to please be careful when traversing the neighborhoods, so that as you're in and out of different yards and so forth, that you're careful with that. And finally, to the motorist, just be aware that evening as you drive about the community that there will be a lot of kids, ghosts and goblins out there having fun. So we just want to be careful with that night, but have fun and enjoy it. Number one costume this year, Mayor?
Yes, what is it?
Oh, I think it's, I heard the other day that people were going to dress up like the Deputy Director of Utilities.
Mr. Caprella?
Mr. Caprella, yes. Yeah, they're going to go as Mike Caprella this year, so.
And I heard Mike was going out as Donald Trump.
There you go. Okay, well then you have reason to go out and have some fun with that. Thank you.
We do have a little mock-up of Mr. Caprella up in my office with his own Donald Trump hairpiece, so it's a little bit of conversation around here. Well, that's all that we have for today, so we'll break down for interviews. Thank you all.